Let's talk inflammatory diets. And this comes from experience after I tried the Whole30, let's call it an experiment because it's really not a diet, but the Whole30 experiment earlier this year. The biggest food groups I would say as a whole that cause inflammation are gluten, dairy, and added sugars. And a lot of that comes from processed foods or normal foods like pastas, breads, milks, cheese, sour cream, and then added sugars are almost in everything, unfortunately, that aren't just like produce and veggies. So when people ask, well, what do you eat? Like if you can't eat any of that, potatoes are totally fine. They are not gluten. Rice technically is not gluten, but when I did that experiment, we were not allowed to eat rice. And I kind of eat it in moderation now. And added sugars come honestly in so many of the foods that we have in America. Taking a moment to really read ingredient labels is super important. If you go and read the ingredient list and there's something you can't pronounce, have never heard of before, or questioning why it's in your food, it probably is inflammatory. It's probably an added chemical that shouldn't be there. So taking a moment to read labels is super important. I will make a list of foods that I used to eat and what I swapped it for. And if you take a look at any of the items I'll put on my swap list, the ingredients are probably less than 5 to 10 things on that list, if not 1 to 2. Because if we're eating something like oat milk, it should just be oats, right? There shouldn't be xanthan gum or other chemicals that I have never even heard of or able to pronounce. If I'm looking at peanut butter, it should just be peanuts and maybe sea salt. Like, it shouldn't have anything in there that I am questioning why there's gums or coloring or something weird in my peanut butter. So if you look at the list that I will make by the end of this week of just some simple swaps I've made, it will definitely help you. And I am here for any questions you guys have about inflammatory foods, but reading labels is so important. And I really want you guys to take the time when you're in the grocery store to take a moment and find something a little bit healthier for you. Comment down below something you've swapped recently that you have found to be much healthier than something you've eaten in the past.